Hello everybody, my name is Thor Young. I'm a moderator at Bearable Traders, and I'm going to be doing a recap for you today on my trades. Today I traded 4 tickers, had a really big watch list today, which was awesome. Speaking of watch lists, Carlos, Norm, thank you as always. Everyone, if you're not coming into the pre-market show with BBT, you're really missing a treat. Carlos and Norm go through the movers, gappers, lists, and everything to make sure we've got the best stocks with the best levels so that we're ready to go. So if you're interested in getting those, I'd recommend subscribing to the channel. Go ahead and ring that bell so you get notified when they go live, and then they'll be able to take care of it and get you all the best information. Also, if you happen to like the video, please throw me a like. I'd certainly appreciate that. So I'm going to go through my trades here. My first trade of the day was actually on Tesla today. Tesla started off this morning on a big rally. Today it listed on the S&P for the first time, which was really exciting. And I tend to like to sell the news. So Tesla was looking a little over bought here in the pre-market above R4, so I started shorting it. And I got a really nice, I took a stop out, but then got back in, got a really nice move down to VWAP, inevitably stopped out when it started to do its opening range rally. And I actually flipped into a long position after I stopped out and got a couple nice little grabs to the long side. Unfortunately, I have a 3 or 4 strikes you're out rule. It's really a 3 strikes you're out. In this instance, it was 4. And basically what it's telling me is if I can't get into a good trend or a good move, some kind of a position after, a few different tries, and it's time to step away from the stock and see how it shakes out. And you can see Tesla has basically been range bound in this area here for a while. I do believe Andrew got a really beautiful short off of VWAP on it, which would have been really one of the best moves of the day on that stock. Next, I traded PLTR. So PLTR was an opening range break up. So we talk about the opening range break. Opening range breaks happen in 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. You never really know what that's going to be, but the opening range is identified as this area right here. So you're going to have the top of, let me make that a little more precise. Actually, I'll use my snappable lines. So you've got the top of the opening candle here, right? And then you've got the bottom of the opening candle. And this can set what we like to call your, let me tighten that up. We call that the opening range. So opening range breakdown happened in the 2nd minute here where we actually lost the opening range and went down. So you could have went short here, got a partial down at this previous daily level, and then you would have taken a break-even stop out as it came back up. Now when it came back up and it pierced through the top of the range, I wanted to look at this for an opening range break up. So once it came down and it held in the top half of this candle closed high, I went ahead and went long. I gave it the loss of my entry candle. And we got a little bit of a pullback, but then it popped up real nice partials, and I stopped out at break even. And since then, you can see PLTR hasn't really done a whole lot there. So I moved on from that one. Next stock I traded was our buddy Neo. And I've only got 4 tickers, so 2 more left to go. Our buddy Neo here came down, bounced S1, made a nice volume push here through some indecision, which I liked, and then it made a new high above that area going for the red to green line, so I went long there. Solid partials on the way up, and then I stopped out here when it came back to this daily level. Should have went ahead and held for break even, but this was a P&L decision. It's going to bite me a little bit because the stock's moving back up now. But that was a good grab otherwise. And then right now I'm in a trade on Plug that I'm still holding. And looking for a move up to $32 for my next partial. Plug sold off to S3. One of my favorite moves that I really go for on almost a daily basis is what I call the S3 to R3 move or traverse. So you can see we came down here to S3. We threw wicks on it, signaling that that was the bottom. And then we did a beautiful traverse from S3 up to R3, which is basically my favorite move. Now, unfortunately, I was not watching Plug at this time. Someone in our room said Plug had just, had made a new high. It looked like it was going for high of day. So I flipped over and I caught it mid-transition, but I did a high of day break on it instead, which worked really, really great. Now, we have a couple of moderators, Mike and John Hiltz, that are just absolutely fantastic traders, and they use the high of day strategy quite a bit. So you can see here that we have this high of day on plug, right? The high of day is actually, in this instance, is going to be the top of the ORB. So the opening range here, and when you get a high of day opening range break, now I'm not going to call this an opening range because we've been so long into this that we've kind of already gotten outside of that range of just saying, hey, I'm doing a break of the opening range per se. But you can see here that we got above it and then we broke, made a new high of day, and then we came back. So I wanted to see is if we break this high of day right here again and push, this is what I'm going to go for. So you can see we pushed down here, but we came right back above the red to green line, and then we made that new high. So I went long at the new high. I gave it the loss of my entry candle, because on these, if they break up and come back down, there's really just no reason to still be in them. And sure enough, it went in my direction nicely. I got some great partials, came back, bounced R2, I added, and now we're up, going up. I'm looking for somewhere around $32 for my next one. This has been my better holding position for the day. As you can see here, I'm still holding about $64 of unrealized in this with 175 realized. So this has been a real nice trade to go for, and I'm looking for a little bit more of a push up here so I can get a little bit more, and it'll throw me just over the top, which will be great. So those are my trades for the day. I hope everybody enjoyed the recap. And I hope everyone had a great trading week. We got the holiday season is upon us, so I hope everyone has a great holidays, and I'll look to seeing everyone next week. As always, keep it green.